What's up, YouTube? Got a shop update here. Made a trip down to Indianapolis and picked up some stuff, and let me show you what I got here. Got a Powermatic sander here, or disc sander. Pretty slick. It's got a built-in dust collector, which is pretty neat. I'm kind of interested to see how that works. It's funny, was originally bought from Winter Woodworking, where I bought my table saw. I've got a 3-horse Powermatic dust collector, which has the canister tops. I just took them off so I could get it in the garage here and lift it out. There are the canisters. And then I got a drum sander, which I'm really excited about. That was mainly what I went down there for. Here's the drum sander. It's a Performax 2244, so it's a 22-inch drum sander. So I'm really excited about that one. That's I think I'm going to use for surfacing the cabinet doors and the flooring before I actually put them down. Oh, and I also hear the guy's has got a whole bunch of stuff he's selling off his shop, and I got a power feed to put on my shaper table here for doing the tongue and groove on the flooring. So I can just run it through there, and I think I may use a shaper, or not a shaper, but a molder to cut out the relief on the back, and then this to do the tongue and the groove on the sides. So that'll be nice and easy here. Now I just have the task of unloading it, and I may go back. He had a resaw bandsaw that I may take a look at that, and a bunch of other stuff, but most of it was kind of duplicates of what I already had. But the bandsaw I definitely am interested in, because the sawmill here locally had some really gorgeous hunks of cherry and maple. And it was all, kind of, and he had some burl walnut too that, was really cheap. So I may get that bandsaw for cutting up the big slabs of that and using for drawer fronts. So anyway, yeah, there's what I'm up to. I need to get this stuff hoisted off here before it starts raining, because it's looking like it's going to start raining here about any time. So there's my haul for today. I'll take some more video when I actually get it out of there, but I need to get it unloaded here. Alright, YouTube, I got everything out of the truck here, and let me kind of show you what I got here. This is a Performax 2244. It's a drum sander. So here's a rotating drum in here that has sandpaper on it, as you can see. And then this is the feed over here where it just feeds it through, and this is good for the final dimensioning of lumber that's come out of the planer. Now, since this has a helical head, it's not quite as critical. Like most of the stuff that comes out of here is pretty much ready to use. However, it's kind of nice to take the last, 16th or 32nd off with this, where it, is perfectly smooth and flat. So that's kind of why I got this. My plan was to do the flooring on my shaper table that I've got coming up here, doing the tongue and groove on my shaper, and the relief cuts maybe on a molder. But anyway, here's the power feed I got. That'll just bolt on the top of the shaper here, and it'll just, manually feed the wood through the shaper, where I don't have to do it and every piece is perfect. But and then I can just run it through the drum sander here to make everything uniform and everything where it's, just perfect. So that's kind of my plan for that. This one here is more for sort of the rails and stiles, or not rails and stiles, but the edges of wood. There's that bad boy, and it's actually pretty slick. It has its own built-in dust collection, which is pretty neat. See, there's the dust collector built into it. And then here's the beast. This is a Powermatic, I forget what model, 3-horsepower dust collector, and he put aftermarket, dust or hard canisters on top instead of the bags, which is nice. These seem like they actually work. I just turned it over here, or wheeled it over here next to the wall and powered it on for a second to make sure it worked, and it does a nice job, and it's actually really quiet, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm just going to feed from it to my Cyclone, and this takes out all the stuff before it gets to the bags, so you're not constantly changing bags and messing with that. And for as cheap as I got this, I couldn't hardly buy another one of these cheapo dust collectors, so that was cool. And it'll separate it out in there, so I don't have to mess with changing the baggies, which is nice. And it has these spinners on here, which has a flapper that knocks the crud out of the filters here. So that's pretty much the haul for today. I have to head back over to the farm here, or I'd get to playing with them. But that stuff's all kind of set up, will be set up here in the next week and kind of ready to use. And man, I'm ready to start cranking some wood projects out. I'm going to try and start making some cutting boards and small stuff like that just to take to the farmer's market with me to see how that would go over. And then I have a couple of big, kind of things coming up here that need to get done. So I'm just going to start cranking along. But yeah, thanks for watching. Click, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.